All right, guys, we are back with another Lady Savage video. Today we're going to be going over the top 3 exercises for glutes. I get this question all the time from all the ladies who want to grow the glutes. And to be real honest with you, with the glutes, you're gonna use a lot of them anytime you're doing your leg day, even on back day. You just use them a lot. They're a huge muscle. So my top 3, the first one is going to be the hip thrusts. I prefer to use a barbell over a dumbbell or kettlebell, but some people need to start somewhere. So if you need to start with just no weight at all, that's totally fine as well. I really like this movement because it gives you a tight squeeze at the top when you're doing the hip thrust. A lot of people will kind of fling the weight up and down, but what you really want to do is get a tight squeeze in your glutes and your hamstrings working together and holding that movement up at the top. It's really great. You get a great stretch at the bottom, and then you kind of pull back up at the very top of the movement is really where you're going to get that tight squeeze. You really want both in the movement. So the next one is going to be the Romanian Deadlift. I also really love these. This one, I tend to use a dumbbell over the barbell, but you can use either. If you're going to use a barbell, I would suggest standing on a little bit of a platform, but we're gonna talk about the dumbbell right now. So with this movement, you're really gonna get a nice pull on the back of your hamstrings and your glutes. You kind of want a little bit slight bend in your knee, and that's actually going to give you a tighter pull on your hamstrings and your glutes. And then you're really going to want to squeeze your glutes to pull yourself back up, not using your back. This is a big thing that people tend to do, is they use their back instead of their glutes. So if you're squeezing your glutes, think about that mind-muscle connection. Squeeze your glutes, squeeze your hamstrings, and really pull yourself up. You can even slightly bend tilt your feet out a little bit, and that can actually help to activate your glutes a little bit more as well, depending on your frame. It works a little bit better for me and the way my hips are structured. All right, so the last movement is going to be the single leg glute bridge. This is going to be a really awesome movement because it's going to isolate one leg from the other. I love this movement for a very similar reason to why I like the hip thrusts. You'll have a little bit of relaxation and stretch at the bottom of the movement, and then you really use that glute and that hamstring to pull yourself up and hold that there at the top. There are different variations where you can do alternating your leg outward as well. You can do pulse, you can do all different kinds of things, but just the basic one leg bridge is totally fine. Just make sure, again, with the same thing as the hip thrust, make sure that you're holding that movement at the top and really getting a nice squeeze. So that is it for today's glute exercises, top 3. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you have any questions.